Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello, farmers. Welcome back to Ravenport. It's kind of a cloudy morning. It has been a couple days since the last recording, since we bought the sheep. In-game days, I should say. Let's clarify that, because some people may get confused. I get confused at times a lot as well. Too easily. But our fields back at the red farm are ready to be harvested. Oh no, looks like we got weeds here. That is what the heck? That is really weird. It's not ready for harvest, I hope. No, it's not. So we'll have to get there with some herbicide. I do not want weeds in that field. No weeds in our field here. That is weird angle right there. Our chickens are doing pretty good. That's the first thing we're going to start with today is cleaning out the chickens because I'm going to harvest the wheat first. But you can see we're starting to get in the third row. Well, you can't really tell by looking at the chickens. I kind of need to do this, don't I? Yeah, our sheep, nothing reproduced yet, but we're getting 101 hours, but the cleanliness is kind of down because it's been overnight. But you can see our chickens. If you remember, we had 30 apiece. We're up to 75 apiece. Of course, the more chickens we have, the faster they reproduce. We're down to 3.5 hours per getting a new chicken per each color, which is great. So yeah, we've easily doubled the amount of chickens we have, which means our eggs are going to come in faster. But yeah, let's get to work because, well, for farmers, I really haven't done nothing on the farm. I didn't do nothing on the farm yesterday. The field, the soybean field was perfectly fine with no weeds in it, but now that I'm recording, now it kind of needs to be weeded, looks like. Make sure I'm on the right thing here. We'll drop that off. We'll head on over and clean out the chicken trough first. Because that way when I go to dump some... is that wheat or barley? I think it's wheat. From the field there. I don't want to empty this and not be able to put the food back in the trough, if that makes sense. How much food do you guys have on the ground? Wow, I got a full bucket. So still no rain yet in the game, which is weird. I kind of thought I had an idea what I was going to do for this episode. I was going to take some jobs of doing some sowing in other people's field. I can't accept... Well, I can accept those missions, contracts, sorry. But the second I do, the minute you click on it, they just go poof, they disappear. So, I have mentioned in the previous episode that's been an issue Giants knows about. They're working on it, like a lot of things they're working on. Every day I come home from work, I'm hoping for a patch, but nothing yet. Do I really need to lock this up? Well, we will. Turn that off. But you can, one thing I've showed in the last episode as well, you can see our equipment is kind of getting old, if you will, but the paint is starting to peel off on our bridle. I don't know yet. Maybe what we'll do is we'll repair this today and see if the paint comes back on it. But you can see the inside of the paint's coming off. The same thing with our Seadrill. The paint wear is getting higher and higher here. These discs used to be all black, and now there's no black on them whatsoever. What about our... No, I repaired the harvester before I went and did the other field the other day, so that should be fine, actually. But right now, with the amount of loan that we have out, and the property maintenance is not a big deal. It's $5,000 a night we're losing because of the loan. And not really doing nothing for 2 days. I just lost $10,000, but we didn't do nothing. But, you know, the sheep are making wool. Chickens are making eggs. We got field with crops. It's just a matter of getting back to work. And finally today we can get back to work. Now I have noticed with this harvester that I cannot turn the swath on or off by itself, so it's like an automatic mode. I don't know I don't know if all harvesters are like that now, if we can turn it on or off. But I do have the baler here. Everything is back here from field number 6. Well, my plan is we will harvest this field ourselves, and then we will set the harvester on a worker on the other fields while we bale this, and probably get something to start seeding this field. And then we're going to head over to the sheep farm just to see what's going on. I was over there this morning just to check on things. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if I start getting a message that there's no more room for wool at the sheep farm, because it's been a couple days, but they're on their last pallet. I do believe they only make 4 pallets before that gets full. But we're definitely going to have to go over there with the Massey Ferguson and the sprayer. I'll have to make sure I put narrow tires on it and spray the field. I just hope the field doesn't turn over for harvest, because it's on the last growth stage. But it's kind of weird how those weeds have kind of half grown on the field. And we have nothing in stock right now. Right now, soybeans though, even though the price was going down, I forgot where it was, but they're going for almost $2,000. Now I have seen on the forum, someone said on medium mode they have seen soybeans go as high as 21, and that's what our field number 6 has got in it. But like I said, the price is going down. I would like to put a silo over there, because say the soybean price is not good, I would have to transport our crops all the way over here. I mean, really it's not that far, but for harvesting the field, it's kind of a ways out. And we do want a silo over there at some point. But we'll see when it comes time to harvest what we're going to do. I really don't want to borrow any money at this point. I like to pay off some of the loan, because that $5,000 a night kind of stings a little bit. And it's not like we got cows making milk like we did in the Pacific Northwest right now. We got sheep making wool. But it's not going to take us long to harvest this field. Like I said, then we'll get the harvester on a worker while we do some other things. I think what I'll do after this pass, because the wheat is filling up pretty quick. So I got to bale this up. We'll sell some bales as well, get some of our cash back. I think it's easier, instead of just driving the trailer up here, turn the harvest off, drive it down, and just empty it into the trailer. But really, the next goal is we need $650,000 to buy plot number 7. Yeah, it looks like now the field is full of weeds. I'm going to slow down time to 1 times, because I do not want to lose 15% yield in that field right now, because cash means everything for us. I actually can borrow probably another 80 grand. Now I have learned, this is what I did, the Massey Ferguson, the pipe on this harvester will go over the Massey Ferguson. Not the case. And while I was speeding through time in the in-game day before, I was looking at tractors. I thought, well, buy a John Deere. I'm trying to look at what equipment I want to buy. The next one will probably be a John Deere. I don't know if it'll be a medium tractor or a large tractor, because it's getting to be the point now where we're going to start needing some bigger equipment. The equipment we got for plot number 6 is As we saw, I can do it. It took me a while to seed that field as well. I think it took almost an hour and a half to seed it. And it took, well, you know, it took an hour and a half to harvest it as well. That's a long time. That's real time. Real time, man. And when you're trying to make videos and advance a little bit, that's a long time. Especially when you've, you know, you do have a real job and then you come home, it's like, I need to make a video, and it takes you that long to do it. So at some point, you know, we need lots of cash. One, buy that plot for $650,000 and then start buying some nice sized equipment. Now I haven't even got to drive my T8 yet. But I do, you know, when I first, on the first episode when I bought this harvester, I'm like, yeah, can't wait to change this out. This harvester is actually a really nice harvester. It surely is getting the job done for us. Now I have seen on the mod hub that a lot of people are taking the base game maps and they're changing them up a little bit. I just saw someone updated this map. I think they took the fields out around here and they made it completely flat in this area. So if you want to start your homestead here, or your farmstead, whatever you want to call it. That's one thing everyone's complaining about Ravenport. Ravenport is not, let's see, how do I say it? It's not a friendly map for placeables. A lot of people don't like, well, there's a lot of things people don't like about this map. And I think I said in the first episode, I prefer Felsburn over this map, actually, from what I saw. But to me, this map isn't that bad. Although in Felsburn, I do like that waterfall that goes up to the upper part of the hills. I really haven't been to the northeast part of this map too much. But we'll have time. Now that we got field number 6, and we're should get a really good yield of soybeans out of that. Now that it's properly fertilized, well, I was going to say no weeds and lime and all that, but we got weeds right now. And now with more and more chickens, they'll make eggs faster. Yes, it's only like $500 per carton, but really, they're going to start producing them pretty quick now that we're getting more and more chickens. I do believe that's how it works. Turn off the harvester, pipe out. But eventually, once we get the case, and we'll make some bales. We'll leave the case here with a harvester going to town, and we're going to jump into Massey Ferguson, and we're going to head on down to the sheep farm. We got to clean them out and spray some herbicide in the field. That is a priority. We can leave a worker here, and when we get a message that the combine's full, we will handle it. And I have found an interesting mod on the mod hubs when we get horses. There is a mod out there that will quote unquote hire a helper to ride your horses every day. I can see where it can be fun to begin with, that you got to ride the horses for a real 5 minutes or so to train them up. But with a mod, you don't actually see someone ride your horses around. Just having it gets a certain time, all your horses go from 0% trained for the day to 100% trained. But you do get charged $300 per horse per day. So when we do horses, I may do that pretty quick, because riding around horses all the time is, I don't want to do that to train them up. I would just want to ride them around, and that's pretty much it, and sell them. So I may end up doing that. Maybe not at first. Maybe at first we'll just we'll train up the horses normally to see how it goes. But I mean, if you got the big farm that can hold, why that's doing that? No, that's the wrong page. Peanut, you got to come in here. So, horse paddock, the big one can hold 16 horses. So if you had 16 horses and you're training them up every day, and each one takes 5 minutes, yeah, start doing the math, people. Start doing the math. I mean, you're talking over an hour a day in real life just to train your horses to sell them up. But let's keep in mind that you buy a horse for $5,000 as long as you feed them here oats, hay, and water. I thought they took bedding as well. I thought they took straw. But yeah, if you train them up properly in 10 days, you can sell them for $50,000, I do believe. So I was ready to say, did you guys take all that wheat? They just about took all that wheat. Chickens. Well, we are getting more and more chickens, so yes. Looks like I'll be planting wheat again in that field, because we don't have no stock inventory. We sold it all when we wanted to buy plot number 6. So now that we got an empty trailer here, we got someplace for the combine to empty its goods. Park that right over here. And when the combine's ready, that can dump it where it needs. Alright, so let's get the Massey Ferguson prepared. Oh, no. Before I hook that on, because I'll have to unhook everything when I go to the workshop. It is very important that we put narrow tires on this thing. And I'm going to drop the front loader, because if I don't, it'll try to tell me I want to repair that, fix that, whatever. Customize. No, which way is it? Weights, wide tires. Narrow tires, $0. Thank you. Now, if I were to do this at the shop, it would still be $0 for the tires. But I do believe I would get charged $100 to swap the wheels over. I mean, labor for their workmen to do it. Alright, I'm feeling good about today now. It wasn't good to just keep skipping days, and every time at midnight it's like $5,000 for the loan. It's like, right now it's only like $400 for property maintenance, which I'm like, why do we get charged property maintenance? Okay, I do have herbicide in here. Why do I feel like... nope, that's fertilizer and fertilizer. Man, I'm going to actually have to borrow some money to buy some herbicide, aren't we? I'm actually going to have to borrow 10 grand more, because... okay. Well, it is what it is. We need it. And if we don't spray that field, we're going to lose more than that in our crops. But we'll take care of that in a second. Alright, you come up here, sir. Now the question is, I'm probably going to get a grass bale to start with. When I was looking at tractors in the in-between recordings, what I was going to buy next, I'm like, oh, that John Deere looks like it could be a good one. I'm like, how much more horsepower does that have over our case? And I didn't realize this case that we bought upgraded the engine. I got 261 horsepower in this sucker. I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't know it was that much of more horsepower I had in here. Because I was thinking about buying, I think the 6R John Deere, which comes with a base 270 horsepower. And I'm like, well, that's not much more of an upgrade than the case. So I said, alright, so the upgraded engine on the John Deere, the best upgraded engine is 300 horse. I'm like, well, it's 40 more horsepower than what we got. But I'm thinking, the way the farm is going, we may have to jump right into the larger tractors. And of course, the higher you go, the more expensive they get, right? Well, let's create some bales here. And we can, well, then go empty the combine, apparently. Well, first things first, we're going to make some bales. And there we have it. And if you look at that, we just about came out good on the bales. We got one grass bale, but we will sell these bales, get some of our money back. Or not some of our money back, but make some cash. We're going to park this baler up. And then we're going to go take care of the combine harvester. And then we're going to go take care of field number 6 before something bad happens. Meaning that it's ready for harvest with weeds in it. As we know, once a field's ready for harvest, you can't herbicide it. Does no good. Yes, we'll put the case on the trailer, or the trailer on the case. I wonder if I got herbicide sitting at the shop. That'd be great. I don't think I do. I think I got lime and seed. But we're not going to sell the canola today. The price for canola kind of sucks because somebody sold a whole bunch recently. That's right, the case is not going to fit underneath that pipe. Thank God this is not Farmer's Dynasty. That'd be going on the ground. Let's turn that off. That will continue to do what it does. So now we need to head to the store and get some herbicide. We will also go down to the sheep and clean them out. Because I'm pretty sure the sheep cleanliness, yikes. Yeah, let's get going and we'll take care of that pronto. That means really fast, by the way. Alright, I do see some stuff at the store, but those are bags. So, bags are not what we're looking for. So, yes, we need to borrow some cash. How much can we borrow now? Because we've made some money. So right now, I'm just going to leave it at $85,000. I'll repay that because the interest doesn't come out until midnight. But let's leave it there. I don't want to have to keep going back in and out trying to do that kind of stuff. Pallets, herbicide. Ooh, it's 24. Alright, it is what it is, right? I mean, it's going to save us that much in crops anyways. So we got 2 of them. I forgot how much this sucker holds. But it sounds like herbicide is going to go to waste. And yes, I do realize I can buy Really? You just put seed into the bucket. Oh, I'm going to hang you. I am going to hang you. Well, I didn't know you could do that. Oh, wow. This only holds 1,300. So I got plenty of herbicide now. Which is fine. Alright, I'm going to have to put this seed, all 87 liters of it, this... Oh, man. And I don't own this land. You've got to be kidding me. Alright, so I guess we're bringing it with us. I'll have to, when I clean out the sheep, I'll have to dump it somewhere where I can see it and pick it back up. Anywho, I mean, that's typical me, isn't it? I know I was trying to say, I realize I can buy a front tank for this to store more herbicide and whatnot, but usually I have a front loader on to do something else with it, so... And really, I don't go through that much herbicide yet. I'm pretty sure if we bought a really... Well, we'll see how much this field takes. This is the first time I had to weed out this field. And man, GPS, I wish GPS would come quick, if it comes at all, because you get so used to it. And then when it comes time to really drive in a, you know, you just want to drive in a nice straight line. I mean, I do alright. I don't do bad, at least I don't think so. You might think otherwise. Because this is the hard part. When the crop gets this tall, you cannot really see where you've been. So, weeds, yes, 100% weeds. But eventually, the reason why I'm not going to buy too much equipment for this is eventually we'll get one of the, well, I don't know where it's going to be under. Nope, wrong. Crop protection. Probably get either the Stara or the Hardy. Oh, wow, look at the price difference. That holds 5,100. That holds 9,000. I mean, that's a big price difference, man. What's the working width? 48. Well, okay, that's why. It's twice the working width and it holds twice as much. Herbicide and liquid. This will also do artificial? I mean, this one seems to be more of my choice. But anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Alright, let's see what I can do here. I did put narrow tires on. Yes, I did. Okay. Alright, let's try to do the best I can here. Let's raise that up so we get it out of the crops and it sprays them completely. So yeah, you can't get a a bird's eye view of the ground to see where you've been because, well, you just can't. You can't see where you've been. So how do you think I did? We're about to find out when we check the stat page. Probably with GPS, I would have got right to the edge of the field. So I realize I'm stretching this last pass as wide as I can. So I'm probably missing pieces here. And I think I may have missed pieces at between the first and second strip over there. I could be wrong. But you know what? At least it's mostly done. And we go to the page. I was like, oh, wow, it's doing pretty darn good. Oh, wow. Ew, that is not good. That's not good. Yeah, we got to fix this. Boy, this is weird how the page is doing that. Now, the one thing I didn't notice is why... What's up with our worker here? Is he being confused? Our worker didn't do... I'm like, boy, our combine never filled up. Wow, he was confused by our case tractor. Alright, so, I need to get back to doing this a little bit. Unfortunately, I don't have much left in... Oops, I gotta get... It'd be nice if I got in the tractor that I need to. No, I don't want to hit my grass bales. So, yeah, now you can kind of see, I got the grass bales already piled up. You can see the wool is piling up as well. I got most of the equipment piled up on the other side of the sheep farm. Alright, so we're somewhere right about here-ish. So let me fix all these boo-boos and I'll bring you back in a bit. Alright, I think this is going to just about cover it. I had to go back to the shop and refill the tank, but as you can see I got most of it. I'm just going to waste more herbicide here than I can deal with. But overall, that's pretty good. It's kind of weird how the weeds, it's like the weeds are like an infestation growing down towards our field here. Which does remind me, our combine is just about full, or said 80% full a while ago. So for now, I'm going to just park. I love we can do our own placeables now, but hopefully in the future, this with the way it terraforms. I'm going to dump that seed there. Oh, because I'm on the wrong tool. That's why the... There we go. That works there. Let's clean up the sheep. Well, you guys spilled lots of grass. Don't hit my grass pile. There they go. And now I got to pick up this 96 liters of seed that I put here. And if the bucket goes down far enough, that'd be great. Let me try the other angle, and then we'll head back to the other farm. We'll take care of the combine. Because the only thing that sucks about it, I can't take care of the wool pallets because I don't have the pallet fork. 96 liters. There we go. Anyways, I'm off back to the red farm. I'll drop off this herbicide tank. I'll drop off the shovel. Come back here with the pallet fork and we'll move some wool. And I think we'll call it an episode. Well, back at the old farm, I left the bucket there with a seed in it because the seed roll is full of seed. And I took care of the combine. He's going back to work. That field is almost finished. And we just got charged $1,100 in wage payments for that guy. But we're down here with the pallet fork to move. Yeah, and he's finished. To move the wool pallets. So at 2,000 liters per pallet, We almost got 8,000 liters here, which would mean $8,000, right? I think that's what wool's going for. Ish, 1,000 per, somewhere around there. Yeah, a little bit over that. This is the reason why I'm not going to sell the canola today. As I mentioned before, the price, actually that price has gone up. They're around 300, but I'm going to hang on to it and see if the price gets better. As I said, soybean, 1918. That was a good year. Well, I don't know. But that's what's in that field right there. Yeah, so these are, well, oh, wait a minute, oh, okay, they put them in that way. All right, no problem. I probably shouldn't have parked the trailer there, but I thought that was a good spot. I'm trying to keep everything off the grass. And I probably should leave the pallet fork, wow, it's so shadowy I can't see. Probably should leave the pallet fork down here, actually. Lower. Wait a minute. Look at the bottom right hand corner. A pallet is not 2,000. It's only 1,000 liters now. Ew, okay. It was 2,000 liters in 17, was it not? I'm almost certain it was and is. So not only did the price of wool drop per 1,000 liters in 19, the pallets are half the size. Well, keep that in mind if you haven't gotten this far yet in sheep. So pallets are only 1,000 liters per. Well, okay, we got, you know, I still want to do sheep. To me, it's still, you know, it's all fun to me. But I'm just not going to make... That's what people were saying. I was seeing people on the forum say sheep don't make as much money as they used to. I was looking at the price of wool. I'm like, well, yeah. Sheep, it was kind of OP in 17 because that's the first animal you should get on 17 because you just have to feed them grass and water. And you get enough sheep, they certainly would produce a lot of wool for you. I mean, if it wasn't for the sheep on the Pacific Northwest, I mean, we were making almost 300,000 per trailer load, but now we probably would just make, let's see, I'm trying to figure out how many, we'd be looking to make 100 grand, right? Something like that. I forgot how many pallets would fit on that auto-loading flatbed I had. But we got sheep. They'll make wool for us. We'll make money off them still. I mean, grass is free and water is free. So we don't have to pay for water anymore. And of course the grass is here, but we did have to buy all the stuff to cut the grass with. So obviously I'll leave that pallet there. I'm trying to figure out where I want to place the pallet fork. Because I'm really not going to use the pallet fork for anything else. Because now I'm just going to buy stuff we just buy stuff at the store and load it up there. Load whatever it is we need there. So we'll leave that there for now. Because that way the bucket I need for the chicken and the sheep. So when I come over here with a bucket to clean up the sheep, the pallet fork's already here. So that's kind of my plan. So how are the sheep doing? So yeah, every 96 hours. Well, we'll get another four. We'll get 4 sheep in about 52 hours, right? On all of them. That's the way it looks. Our chickens are just skyrocketing. I'm gonna leave the Massey Ferguson here. I need to get back over here. Oh, okay. I was like, which way are we facing, man? Okay, I got it now. So what I'll probably do between episodes is I'm going to harvest that field over there. I'll probably replant... wow, this is unloading, actually. Does this need to be plowed yet? No. Interesting. Still doesn't need to be plowed, and I don't need lime, so that's going to save some cash. So I can go right back to seeding after I move the bales out here. Going to put more wheat in for the chickens, because now we're getting more chickens, needing more feed. Over here, I don't know I'm going to plant just yet. I probably will redo oats again, maybe. Have no idea. But I mean, when we get horses, I could just plant this field with oats and we'll have so much oats. We'll be fine. So maybe just a profitable crop here again, like soybeans. Maybe I'll switch these fields from canola. Right now they're canola, so now I'll plant soybeans again, then back to canola. And once we get this field over here, which actually won't be that long because we get a good amount of money from here. Yeah, but for now I'll probably plant soybeans up here. But anyways, like I'm saying, I'm going to finish harvesting. I want to take care of these fields, basically. And probably start the next episode, we'll be finishing up the harvest in this field, and maybe we'll sell the crop out of this field. I'm hoping the soybean price, because even though that price was going down for soybeans, as we saw, you know, almost $2,000 per 1,000 liters. Although what's the kick in the groin a little bit is, I didn't mind the price of wool being like that, but also to have each pallet half the size of what it used to be is also a little bit of a kick in the groin game. But that's fine. We will get our money back. We will get some money back. I'll get some money back today selling those bales. I'll sell the bales as well. But yeah, next episode we'll still be in the same in-game day because that field, soybean field, should be ready for harvest today, I think. But that is going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you next time in Ravenport. But until then, have a good one.